Alright, let's do a quick countdown. 1,
2,
3.
4.
Sync. We did it the first try. We synced the first try.
I'm so proud of us.
That's the first time ever. That's amazing.
Episodes did it take to do that?
Welcome to the After School Writers Podcast. This is episode. I had it in my head. Now I don't. It's 19.
Are you sure about that? Is that your final answer?
No, but it doesn't matter.
It's 19. It's
You can edit that, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're wrong, I'll put it in post, and you can say it's 20 or 18.
You
Just
can
deep
you
fake
can
his
get you can
voice.
get that Miku Hatsune voice that all the memes come from.
Oh, I love that.
Or like the TikTok lady voice, just like
Oh my god.
women.
So,
I like it.
Lid, would you like to introduce us to the first topic?
Lid did
Yeah.
some-
So, I had found this one article in which not an article, it's like somebody posted on AO3 a bunch of ship stats, and it's like the top 100 stats of 2022.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
funny,
I
I'm
noticed looking at it, a lot of it is male and male.
I'm looking at it now, and I didn't like you said article, and I was like, yeah, I guess this counts as an article. Like, how do we define an
It's
article?
weird, right? It's
It's
an article
like,
I guess posted to AO3.
One of the tags is meta
isn't it
essay.
isn't it made by AO3 themselves? Or is this just like someone
No,
just
it's-
completely
Just
irrelevant?
somebody.
It's just like a person found some stats and wanted to talk about it. Or no, there's no talking at all. It's just stats.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
just
if you go to like the last page, they have like frequently asked questions.
Oh my
Oh.
god, yes there is. Oh wait, there's chapters in this?
Yeah, they even made an own
The
section
Washington
like for
Post
just girls.
wishes they could have chapters, man. They're all running it all on one page, like.
AO3's ahead of the game. This is what everybody's gonna be using soon.
All right, but yeah. So the notes that of interest to us as writers is always like, hey, how do we get hits? Well, apparently you write real person fiction in Minecraft is the best way.
Yeah,
Especially if they're underage.
Yes.
kind of wild.
I don't actually know like how many people. I know Tommy in it is 17 because I saw a YouTube short. But is like Wilbur Scoot? Is he also underaged? Is
Wilbur
Technoblade?
No, no, no,
Technoblade's
no.
like an adult, right?
No, he is an adult.
I know Technoblade passed away also. Rest in peace.
Rip.
Yeah, rip.
Dude, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I literally never have heard of Wilbur Suit in my life.
Me neither.
Just now.
I watch Jay Schlatt and that's it.
Yeah, I got nothing, man. It is kind of
Why
crazy
does
to me though.
Jay
seeing-
Schlatt sound like a dick joke?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
It could be.
Is that his real name, or has he just been trolling his audience for however many years he's been doing YouTube?
Who the fuck you? Never mind. I was about to say who uses their real name for their YouTube username, and we were literally just talking about Tommy in it.
Is his last name in it?
Maybe. I mean, he is.
No,
British.
that's gotta be
no
a username thing, because he's like British, right?
Yeah, there's no.
Okay, none of you all
Anyway.
would know because none of us fucking watch Minecraft. I gotcha.
Yeah.
The
Well, like,
only reason
I only have
brought it
limited
up-
knowledge.
The only reason I brought it up was because I saw it in a YouTube short. Because he was complaining that like, oh, people are drawing weird things about me, which is what every popular YouTuber experiences. Like, oh, that's so gross. It's like, yeah, you can't control people. Welcome to the world, buddy.
And writing it apparently.
Clearly,
I
'cause
presume
it's
there's
rank
more
1.
writing than drawing for him.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't want to go into that rabbit hole.
You don't want to be the daring reporter to pull up the research statistics on who's what's more popular Tommy in drawings. All right.
No, I'm not going there.
But yeah, so primarily it seems like male stuff is popular, at least on AO3.
We'll definitely post this too, like in links and stuff.
Yeah,
link
yeah,
in-
yeah.
The
The link is
female
in the description.
ex-female is like so unpopular. They had to like on chapter 3 make its own category.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
Fem
God.
/ top 100.
Love Live
would've-
did not make it.
I would have thought it would have been
Really?
more popular.
Is Love Live not on there like at all?
Not at all. Not that I could see.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well,
I'm-
you know what?
well-
You know what to do.
Yeah.
Maybe not really. It's bigger in overseas than it is out in the West. So
Yeah,
AO3 is Western, but still though.
Who knows?
I feel like
Anime
there's,
Light
like, fanfiction.
slash Luz Nocita from the Owl House cartoon
Loves.
is
loose.
loose,
I'm gonna fucking slap
She's
you
like,
if you
I'd say-
butcher the
I'd say
Spanish
light
language
in
as
again.
in footloose.
Is that
Like-
really how?
Loose. Like the light.
Loose. Yeah, light.
I see.
I'm learning so much today.
Loves. That's funny.
I'm
I
just
love
like
Dias
trying
just
to read which
mispronouncing
ones I
everything.
recognize. I like my sister watches Shenra. No, this is Shera.
Well, and
Shira.
God dang. Dias.
Dias, are you? Well,
I've
no
heard
wonder you
of all
don't write.
these
You're
shows.
illiterate.
guys, I've only ever seen it written. I
Ruby is
swear.
obviously popular. Undertale, that makes sense. Arcane, obvious.
Genshin
Yeah.
is on there.
To kind of hit your point home, Dias, you to find the first female fic, you have to go down 28 spots to number
Oh.
28, which is
BTS
a...
is just about them.
Oh yes. Oh my God, so it is. It's BTS and Haiku below. Man, that
That
is the
is-
most 2022 thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's Catelyn and Vi from League of Legends, which I'm so
Hey,
unsurprised is
Caitlyn.
up there.
I get to be the one who knows the
How
enunciation.
did I say Catelyn? What is wrong with me?
Alan.
Guys, you're rubbing
That
off
sounds
on
like
me.
a great April Fool's skin, Catelyn.
Catelyn.
It's furry Caitlyn.
Mhm.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
that's fucking crazy, dude. I'm
There's only
in
5 in the list.
the top
do we
100.
have any like
Ah.
real conclusions about this? Do you care at all if like males are really popular?
Well, all I know is that I need to start writing Kiryu X Majima.
Yeah. I get a lot of hits on that.
It's actually probably true.
It really
know-
puts
I
it
know-
in perspective because like it's a stereotype that girls write a lot of fan fiction,
Yeah.
and like looking at it, it's like, well, I guess you could say it's kind of true.
Yeah.
One thing we got like over and over again in like the fanfiction services, yeah, I was surprised that there were only guys in here.
Well,
And I
yeah,
was
no
like, yeah.
kidding. It's like, and I mean, like, not to like kind of isolate Lid here, but like, out of all the fan fiction places that I've been to on the internet, I think I've only met like 3 girls, or like maybe
Jeez.
4.
At least
I
when
don't
you're
know, it-
accessing from like a public server. I assume like there's a lot of private servers hanging around that like we just wouldn't
Maybe.
find.
I do know, yeah, I do know one person that I know from writing specifically. She's like, oh yeah, I have like a server where me and like 11 other girls all just share our fan fictions together. So we don't like the public ones at all.
So my question
Maybe
would
that's
be,
part of it.
Soup, do you care? Do you want to like invade, find this foreign land, or are you just like, to each
That
their
sounds
own?
kind of like criminal.
Absolutely. That's what that's what we're here for.
It's like
Deep
Manifest
undercover.
Destiny, the United States. We're gonna take over all the fan fiction sites.
Yeah, you're getting that American blood in you, aren't you?
We're gonna
Yeah,
start
no.
colonizing the private servers.
Sort of to the point though of like all the male stuff. I remember before we actually hit record, Lid was talking about if like what if Love Live was male, like if it would be more popular on this
I
list.
brought that up. Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I
agree
said
with
it as
them.
I said it as a joke, but like it is something worth thinking about.
Yeah, so we
It
all.
definitely would be more popular, 100%.
So before I like answer, I want to ask, how did you all get into Love Live?
Wasn't this question asked before?
I
Yeah,
thought-
didn't we do
Yeah.
this already?
It was like
Well,
the
just
first
to
one, right?
reiterate, because I have a point I'm gonna make.
Memes, Nico.
Memes.
Yeah, memes, Nico.
So
God bless
pretty sure
Nico.
mine-
yeah,
I'm
all,
pretty
Yeah.
sure I
all
saw
5 of
Honoka
us
in a
got in
bathing
because of
suit.
fucking Nico Ni, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. Fake
No,
news.
I
I'm
do.
pretty
I
sure
did.
mine was Honoka in a bathing suit on my Facebook timeline. I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
hell yeah!
Okay.
What the hell?
Just like, ooh, that high school ass.
But no.
Christ.
But the thing that I wanted to point out is that like I think there's like a sort of ongoing at any time when you're like talking about anime, there's like the most popular like 2 or 3 anime. So like right now it's like Lyserol, don't ask me how the fuck to pronounce it, Recoil, and
That's
like
the one that
Komi is going
Byron
on.
was
right?
writing about.
Yeah, and that was like a couple months back was the Marin, the My Dress Up
Oh,
Darling,
yeah.
and then after that was Spy Family, right?
Hmm.
So like at any point there's like 2 or 3 anime that all the weebs know about just
Yeah, it's
from
the
the
seasonal stuff.
osmosis of memes that flood your fucking Twitter timeline, right?
That's facts.
And so I
Yeah.
think like those top shows have a tendency to cater towards male audiences, right? And so
Oh, dude, especially Dress Up Darling. Holy, like,
Yeah.
shit. I don't know if you guys have seen that show. Holy
Oh, it's
moly.
funny as hell. I love
I
it.
haven't seen it, but I
It's
have
so
seen like
good.
the art
It's
for it.
so good. But the point I'm trying to make is that like when Rob asked me this question, I was like, I don't think so. And this was my instinct was I think like a lot of the male stuff is more popular overseas than it is here. But then Rob brought up K-pop and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's I
Not
brought that
male
up.
/ male in general, but male idols was my intention, right?
Mhm.
Is like I feel like idol stuff in general is not super popular here in the West, right?
Maybe
It's a
not
bit more
like
niche.
maybe not like Japanese idol stuff, but Korean is definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know it's popular because like even in Canada we have like the BTS meal or whatever, and we never get like anything.
Did you
like,
order it?
I did not know.
Man, notice how it tasted.
So yeah, just like based on the
My friend
vibes
did though.
today,
He says
I don't know
apparently
what
it kind of
like
just tastes like a sandwich.
I don't know what
So,
like the
alright.
2010 marketplace is like, right? But like I get the feeling that Love Live probably wouldn't have taken off at least in the West if it was like male / male, because I think its real strength was like Snow Halation like really popping off on like memes and stuff.
I mean, now they definitely have the potential, especially with like.
Yeah, if you were to
gonna
like
say that would
remake
be,
it today
uh,
with male idols, I think I could see it. But like I think back in 2010, no way.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I can see
agree.
that,
But you know, maybe that's something they should do instead of the VTuber stuff.
That's so stupid.
I keep forgetting that exists.
They tweeted about it I think a couple of days ago, but as far as like, you know, material, nothing really.
What?
Yeah, I did.
Is that real?
It was pretty good. I mean, most of it is just like just for fun. Like they do like at least for like the Japanese one, because they have both the English and Japanese voices of Sonic doing them like concurrently.
What if Sonic was an idol?
Ooh.
That's literally that's Sonic Underground.
You lost me. I gotta be honest, Rob. The only Sonic games I've ever played are Sonic Adventure 2, and I think I played like half of Sonic 2. I agree with you, Dias. By the way, like back in 2010, you're probably right, because especially I feel like if you have shows with all dudes in it, it's more of like it's you kind of lose a lot of the audience. More often than not, with those like seasonal shows, you'll see people saying, "Okay, well, this guy and this guy in the show are best friends, and I'm going to ship them together." But
Yeah.
there's other characters in the show, so that's why it kind of blows up because you get a bigger audience. Whereas if you only have males, it's why you don't hear a lot of people talking about like Idolmaster Sidem. I know people like it, but it's nowhere near as popular as regular Idolmasters. So I think you're probably right that if back in 2010 they did all dudes, it probably wouldn't have taken off as much as like
I mean,
girls and then
you say that, but then there's stuff like Haikyuu and like
It might also just have to do with like
Hero.
how anime communities have like formed and being more inclusive, I think.
Yeah, like, and that's another point of it too. Like, we've come a long way since, like, you know, you're getting bullied in grade 3 for watching Naruto or whatever. Like, it's way more publicly acceptable to like anime than it was back then.
I guess it is still like a fairly gendered space, though. Thinking about it.
I guess. I know a lot of girls who like anime.
Oh no, I'm not saying like girls don't like anime,
Oh.
but I'm saying like the community around it is going to be somewhat,
Neckbeards.
yeah.
You can say it.
I mean, I
I
don't know,
think
'cause
like
there's-
when
there
you're
was-
dealing with online communities, it feels like to me, and maybe this is just because of the spaces I hang out in, it's like always gonna be like 60 to 80% guys, right?
Okay, I thought you were gonna say something offensive about our servers. And I was like,
Whenever
"Fuck it."
I'm online, whether it be Discord, I'm on like Facebook might be the only exception to like this rule. Other than Facebook, I can't think of any platform I use that's like all dude. Oh, and Instagram as well.
You use Instagram?
No,
Weird champ.
but I have an
Oh, all right.
Instagram.
I had one, but I didn't even use it.
But yeah, so like it's just like I guess it must just be the spaces I use then that's causing me to think like yeah, there's just like a lot more guys online. Because there's a lot of girls on Instagram, but I don't use Instagram, so I just don't see them. Maybe.
Maybe it's just like a perspective thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to the as I'm talking it out to myself, with 3 other people in the call listening to me and Fallen, who's asleep because it's 9 a.m.
I know there's definitely
Yeah.
anime. There's definitely anime that caters to women. It's just guys that are the most
Yeah.
vocal about it.
Yo, you know what? I don't know if like Concon said this directly, but it seemed implied to me. But like, girl on girl fiction doesn't go nearly as hard as guy on guy fiction. You know what I mean? Like the Fujoshi stuff.
Well, that's because the girls writing the guy on guy fan fiction are fucking going wild and are probably better than us.
Like they are
Yeah.
way more proactive about like, oh, yo, we're gonna fuck, right?
Also, Dias, keep in mind, you probably think about this because the volume of good male stuff is probably quadruple the volume of female.
Yeah, but I
So, like,
only
the good
read the
ones are-
female. I've only read like one male anime thing.
Fucking sounds like you need to get some homework, bro.
Maybe.
Go read some Deku X Bakuga. Well, that's his name, right? I like brain farted.
It's funny you mention
Fuck.
that. All right, I have some.
That might
trivia
be
for
like
you guys.
the worst male ship in
What?
the
How
history
far?
of anime.
How far down the female list of the top 100 AO3 ship stats for 2022 do you have to go till you hit a female from an anime?
I mean, Arcane is an anime.
No, it isn't.
Not really.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
The Owl
just-
House is an anime. That's probably up there.
Fuck
No.
you.
Are you talking about on the female x female, like the chapter 3?
Yeah, chapter
that-
3.
is it
Don't
Ruby?
cheat. Don't look. Don't cheat.
Oh, oh no, I was looking.
Ah, shit.
It's
All right, let me
really low.
disqualified.
It's Beidou Ningguang from Genshin.
No.
Oh, wow.
I would think like top 10 at least though.
Would that count as anime?
You know what? Yeah, you're right. That's not anime. Fuck. That's video games.
I fucking we probably count Ruby though, so maybe I'm just an idiot.
Oh yeah,
Ruby
Ruby's
does
pretty
not count.
popular.
Anyway, the point I was trying to make was if you look at the females, like this is how small of it kind of puts in perspective how small of a scope we as Love Live female writers are. If you look at the female slash ships you have to go all the way down to 10th, and it's My Hero, and then there like isn't another anime one until 25th, which is also My Hero.
Wait, wait a minute. Oh,
It's
okay.
like Glee, Life is Strange, Supergirl, Doctor Who, Homestuck.
That is all
It's
very
perfect.
understandable, actually.
So here's the question: how much does this matter? Like, how much does this like? Are you gonna
None.
start writing male now, or
Oh, no.
None. This
Yeah,
this
maybe.
doesn't shit.
do you think? Because I know people who like make 30K a year just like doing smut stuff, right? Do you think like the market for that is just like bigger, or
Wait, seriously, 30K?
yeah? You know,
Why am I not doing this
Job.
shit?
What the fuck?
What?
You know this person too. We were in the server together.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
I don't fucking know.
Actually, no, I don't think you are. I'm talking about Nui.
No, never
I
mind.
don't know who that is.
Damn, I'm gonna quit my job now. Actually,
I was gonna say.
Just
I was
start
about to-
writing Yoriko for
No, you gotta.
pay your bills.
No, it's because like this person does like really like nasty fetishy stuff, right?
Okay, yeah.
you know what? If I have to, I have to.
It's like well,
It
I
is
say
what it is. You gotta
nasty.
get your
A lot
hands
of
in
it
the
is
bag,
just
bro.
marathon sex. Now that I'm looking at it,
Get the bag, bro.
Marathon. Oh, what?
it's
What does
just
that
like
mean?
you fuck for hours. Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
I
I
do
mean,
my
no.
research now.
I know. Aeropie does a lot of commissions. I know a couple
I've
of
heard that
other
name
people.
before. Is that a Love Live artist?
Aeropie is not a Love Live person.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, he's a fan fiction writer. I've read his stuff before. Yeah, he also does like crazy fetish shit, right?
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
him do some like Pokemon stuff for me before, so
Whoa, indeed. I was about to say no. I would never like. I don't think I'd sell out that fucking hard.
No, I don't. Me neither.
Write what you want to write, but I don't know, man. 30K is that's kind of spice.
It's like, do you really want to put your reputation on the line just for that?
Make an alternate account.
I imagine you need like a lot of active buyers as well.
Maybe. I don't even know how you would go about getting into that space. You know what I mean?
Well, there are people who just like pump out commission fix like nonstop.
Yeah, but how do you get people to commission you though, right? Like, would you just have to get lucky?
Reputation, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta
Write
build up
popular
your rep.
things.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe we need
Yeah.
to find one of these people, send them a DM, bring them on the podcast. We can ask about it.
Just write popular things, forehead.
No, but this
Easy-
one
it's easy as
person,
that.
Aeropie, like he does a lot of like jank shit. Like some of these shows I've never like don't even have categories. I guess like what it is might just be that he's just really addicted to writing, right? It's like a sort
Damn,
of if
I
you
wish
love
I
your
had that
job, it's
grind.
not work kind of thing.
Yeah, same.
I can't even get one chapter done, let alone like
No.
a bunch of commissions.
Yeah, no, this person, I think they're legit writing like 5K words a day because like the number of fics they've posted is crazy.
Yeah, for like every different fandom too. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I guess like if you just like post a lot, surely like people take note, especially if you put like, yo, this is a commission, right?
I mean, it's kind of the same way with art, right? Like, the more you draw, the better you get, the more people notice it.
You
et cetera, et
think
cetera. Eventually you
think
get lucky.
you think you get tax write-offs from writing fics?
Yo, this is like completely tangential.
Oh no.
Fucking Minx.
What else is new?
The streamer talked about how she gets taxed 60% of her income from Twitch.
Wait, who?
Minx, the Twitch streamer.
Oh, Minx. Yeah, I know who that
She
is.
lives in Ireland, and Twitch, I don't know what the fucking logistics of this is, but she pays tax 2 different times. And one of them is for US taxes, one of them is for
Wait, what?
Irish, like Ireland, not Irish. What is
Oh, I
Ireland?
believe
Is
that.
Wait.
Ireland-
Why is she paying U.S. taxes?
Probably because
Twitch
is
American
censored.
based?
I would assume that.
Seems kind of stupid.
I'm not sure like the specifics of the situation, but that's exactly was my reaction. Like, why are you paying twice? It seems like you need a lawyer involved or something. Seems bullshit.
Yeah, that sounds like robbery.
But okay,
Then again, that is what taxes are. So
do you all have like
Yeah.
any other like major conclusions, or should we like move on?
We
about
can move
what?
on. This is very fun facts.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hey, it's always interesting, right? It's always
That's so cool.
cool to get like
Mhm.
an idea of the big picture.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
So one of the
So-
questions that I had wanted to ask, and I'll give you the context for this in a second, but I'll just get your immediate reactions up front. When is the immediate time to describe a character's physical appearance?
I'd say
As
like
soon as possible.
yeah.
Get it out of the way.
Especially, like if it's like if it's like an original character, that do that as soon as you can. But if it's like an existing character, and you know you're posting fanfics about it, you just kind of assume, you know, people know what they look like.
Soup, Fallen, any thoughts?
I'm always scared when I think about this a lot, by the way. So this is a good question. I'm always like scared that I'm gonna under describe or alternatively over describe. So like I guess it kind of depends, right? Like based on what you're writing, like does them wearing the thing actually fucking matter at all, or does it not?
Yep.
Like for example, if you're writing like some 30k word smut thing and you want to be really detailed and it
Yeah,
matters
and you want to
what
be really
lingerie they're
focused
wearing,
on like the exact
know.
weight of the boob.
it's all right. Maybe
What the fuck?
that's a bit off. Maybe not that.
It's
But
exactly 3 centimeters.
what is the radius of the boob?
Oh, the 3 centimeters for something else.
Yo, why doesn't
Oh no.
The fuck, man.
Yo, Dias is you need to go jerk off, bro.
Yeah,
You
it
came
seems
here
like
with
you're
a
pent
kind of
up.
energy.
So the context was that on the Reddit for AO3, this was like one of the most controversial questions. Was like, it wasn't a question because it's Reddit, right? But they were like,
Right.
"Oh, this is fucking stupid. This person like wrote this really bad piece of work," and like the title was like, "When Men Write Women," right?
Oh, okay. Say
They
no more.
fix shame on Reddit AO3.
So it was just like 2 different examples
Wow,
of
weird
like
champ.
fanfics that like were like in the sort of character introduction, the girl stops in front of a mirror and like describes her own appearance, right?
Oh,
And
oh.
sort of the top comment and how this devolved into an argument
Ooh.
was someone responded, "I really like when writers describe the character's physical appearance, and I think a mirror scene is a great way to do that," right? And so a lot of like
Yeah.
what the conversation sort of devolved into was like, hey, it depends. There's a lot of stories, especially when you're dealing with a short story, where you never describe the physical appearance of any of the characters, right? Most you'll get is like hair color. Oh, he was a tall, lanky man, right?
Well, and if it's fandom stuff, you literally just say the character's name, and then the thought process is you're reading this as a Love Live fan or whatever, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
So
Yeah.
that I was thinking about this, right? This idea of maybe it doesn't matter as much in a fandom, but I'm talking about like in actual stories. Say actual stories. Obviously AO3's actual stories. But like in more original works, you see this in principle as well. And I think it's largely a pacing thing. I think like taking the time out to get to know the person you're writing about, you don't want to spend too much time, especially if you're doing a short story like fan fiction so often is.
Oh, yeah.
Just like detailing your character, right? I think if you are doing a longer work, it can be absolutely beneficial to just describe even like what a person is wearing. Hey, you're going on a date, and as like a build up to the date, maybe you describe like the dress the girl wears, right?
Well, yeah, that is like actually a good time to describe.
And so
appearance.
I think like it's not right to say, oh, if you're in a fandom, you just never describe the character. I don't think
No,
that's right at
no.
all.
No.
I think
No, I'm not like I didn't say like don't describe the
Yeah.
character.
It like depends, right?
Dep-
What you're saying is I got the right answer, right? You're giving me a check mark and a gold star.
what I'm saying is I'm always right. So shut up.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
Okay,
You know, we
sorry,
literally
what
have
was
some-
your answer? What did you say?
I was gonna say Fallen actually like has experience with writing OC shit. So like, Fallen, do you like? How do you describe like specifically? Like, do you take like chunks out of a chapter to just describe their outfit or what?
I kind of just take a short part of the chapter and just write it. It depends. I can just write it like at the end of the story. Who knows? I mean, I'm very unprofessional. I just do it whenever I want to, I guess.
What do
Fail
you
safe.
think would
The
be
vibes
the
are
ideal
right.
time to do it? If you do it
Yeah.
at all, do you even do
Well,
it?
well said, Lid.
I do it a bit, but if you're asking me when to do it, you're asking the wrong person because I do it like anytime I fucking want to do it.
Fuck yeah, that's good energy.
But do you think there is like a timing that one should like incorporate as like a formula, or is it just like follow your
I feel
heart,
like-
buddy?
I think, yeah, just follow your heart. I mean, if you really just follow a certain thing, and then it's not to your style, then it wouldn't really feel like it's a good story from you. Like I don't know how to really describe it. It's just more like it doesn't feel like your style, so it doesn't really feel like you're reading a nice fic or you're writing a good one. You know, just like
Well,
you're
like-
following
like-
other people. You know.
You're not writing an article, right? Like you're writing it's
Yeah.
creative work.
You're not writing schoolwork. You're not following like, school standards. You're going to your own like following your Oh my god, I don't know how to explain this. It's just following your own heart, basically. I would say.
Yeah,
that.
I think that explains it pretty well. And I mean, like the example you gave too, like of the mirror thing. Like, I don't hate that. If it fits well in the story and it's not just I'm doing a thing and then all of a sudden I'm in my room looking in a mirror describing my outfit, then I think it's fine. Like to do like she gets up, gets clothes on, looks in the mirror, make sure to check how she looks, and then you can go bam, 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 describe how she looks there. I feel like that's pretty natural.
Lid, you were saying something. What was that?
Maybe
Nope,
she
she's dead.
Good question.
Good question.
The
Okay.
next topic. What did Lid say?
wasn't. Liv's asking herself now.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we can move on.
That
Yeah.
was good.
All right.
the
One
next one?
question, Supreme. You had brought this one up. Would you like to talk about it?
Did I? Is this my
Or
question?
did you?
It is indeed. At least you
Oh.
brought it back. If it was someone else's question.
And now you're
Fucking-
questioning yourself.
Oh shit! I guess yeah. I guess it's mine now.
Fucking
Lol.
everyone in here has Alzheimer's too.
So the other, I guess it's sort of a question, sort of a topic. It's more of a question. I feel it's like, why are you know what? You know who I can credit this to? I'll credit this to my good friend Moon, who I asked for a question before this podcast happened, and he gave me this, even though we already had it written down. So Moon, this one's for you. Why
Excellent
are
Fall Guys
visual
player
fan
carries
works?
me every time.
What'd you say?
Excellent Fall Guys player.
It's fucking
Hey.
amazing, bro.
Okay.
Anyway, why are visual fan works, so like art and what else? Is there anything other like movies? I guess does movies count?
So
Maybe
like
animatic?
visual works as a whole.
Yeah.
Oh, like GIFs maybe too. Yeah. Why are visual fan works more well received than written fan works?
There's little brain power involved.
Yeah, and it says despite having questionable themes. It's like I guess both can have questionable themes, so I don't really think that's just
Yeah, so
art,
you
but-
added the second part, and I wanted to ask, was there like a specific thing you were thinking of? Like, is there like a specific criticism towards like written
Dice.
works that you're not happy with, or?
You fucking piece of shit. This isn't my question. I didn't add that. That wasn't me.
Well, alright.
That was just where someone asked that. Someone in
Despite
the
both
ether.
having questionable themes, I guess we gotta hunt down Moon. What the fuck does this mean?
Yeah, put that on him. That's his question. Yeah, so I guess like why do people like art and get mad at art less than they get mad? I guess the real question would be like cringe, right? You know, because like people always say fan fictions are cringy, but no one ever cringes at like art.
Well, I
even if it's not
imagine,
the
at least
best.
on the surface, art is probably a lot easier to criticize, isn't it? But then, like,
Yeah.
I think so.
I think people put more time into being good artists, at least when you're on Twitter and stuff. Maybe, you know, if you put a lot of time to getting good at writing, you get a job in journalism and you're never on the internet again. But for when it comes to written works, Rob said it earlier, but the very obvious answer is the gratification of it. It's a lot easier to look at a work and absorb all the information than it is to like read it and like decipher text into images and ideas, right?
Look at nice art, synapses and brain.
I suppose
go
there's
off.
always audiobooks.
happy.
I don't know if you all have ever tried audiobooks, but it's certainly, you know, that's the step between, right? It's much easier to absorb an audiobook than it is to absorb written works.
Mhm. And even then,
Really?
that's still like 4 hours of your day, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather read the book. I feel like I read it
I
faster.
rather read the book. If I hear an audiobook, I will start sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your voice is so monotone.
One thing that comes up when you're talking about video games a lot is a sort of cost for per hour efficiency, right? Video games tend to be about $60, and for that you get about 40 hours worth of entertainment. That's hugely more than, for example, going to a convention or a rock concert, renting out a movie. Your cost per hour on those sorts of things are going to be much, much lower. But the conversation from there is obvious, or sorry, not the conversation, but the response from there is obviously, well, you enjoy these things differently and in different ways. I imagine people who go to a convention wouldn't want to be at that convention all of the time the way they would with a video game. And so because the way you engage and the way you are entertained is kind of different, it's hard to quantify it strictly by hours. And I wonder if there's something similar with this where I think all of us would agree certainly that written works are still very valuable, but it's a different kind of valuable.
What if I say no?
Well, then I'm going to kick you off the podcast.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I would leave right now, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna fuck up the audio, so I'm gonna not do that.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to fuck up the audio. I wasn't recording my mic for the first 5 minutes, so...
Are you fucking serious?
Genius. You
Oh!
I brought it
Yeah.
up. I mentioned this. I'm recording it in Audacity,
God.
luckily, so it doesn't matter. But
Oh wait, are you talking about like the part before we synced where you were being an idiot?
no, so for OBS, right? It has like
I don't care. It's
Cool.
fine. It's fine. We don't need to be talking. I'm gonna cut this out. It's fine.
So did y'all even understand what the fuck I said, or
Yeah, I got it.
do you agree, disagree?
I was gonna say before I was lost in fucking rage at
Sorry.
your idiocy. I was gonna say I kind of agree, and I think actually to a similar point, like I feel like people criticize fan fiction more, and maybe like I don't know if it's not well received, but like maybe it's in the public eye like seen as like kind of lesser, is because
For sure. Yeah.
Wattpad
like,
exists.
well, yeah. People know that exists solely, and it just emanates bad energy. But no, like so it takes a lot longer to get into, so a lot of people just kind of brush it off as like not as good. And also, I feel like if you read a bad fan fiction, you spent 20 minutes, like we were talking about the time investment thing. You spent 20 minutes reading that bad fan fiction, so it sticks in your mind longer. Whereas if you see bad art, you can kind of just go, well, it's not very good, and then just keep scrolling. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I've been scarred from some art.
Okay, never mind.
Pretty fucking bad though.
It might just be the fact that I need therapy, but
You probably do.
Another thing, a lot of people think like fanfiction is bad. I think another reason for that is like when things get brought from fanfiction to real life, it's something like cringe, like what is
like
that?
50
50
Shades
Shades of
and
Grey.
stuff, where it's
They
like,
pick out like the bottom of the
after-
barrel stuff.
Yeah, like number one on Wattpad kind of stuff gets movies.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
I think that's like another reason people don't like fanfiction.
Yeah, it's like stuff, because yeah, and that's like all the one that everybody sees. It's like, oh, 50 Shades of Grey was fan fiction first? Lol. That all fan fiction must be like that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I think like with that though, it's like going from into a movie. Movies are going to always have a bigger magnifying glass than a fanfic is, right? When you're talking about like why is visual usually better received than written, I think it's maybe in part because I'm trying to think if this makes any sense, but I think like there's just like more money going into like good visual works.
I guess.
Like,
if
50
you're talking like
Shades of
fan art,
Grey,
though.
I'm
The
sure
thing
that
is, like-
costs money to make that movie, like a lot more than fucking writing a fanfic.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you could put as much money as you want to any project, but that doesn't guarantee it's gonna be good.
Well, it puts a greater like market need for it to make it cost productive, right? If you're looking at these purely as like, you know, you're a fucking business and you're trying to figure out, oh, do I invest in fucking, you know, Nui the super lesbians, you know, Patreon, or do that doesn't make any sense, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Not really.
You know,
Yeah, I
if
think
you're
you
just
lost
looking
me.
at these
I think you're
from,
galaxy braining it, dude.
from like cost in to cost out, if you have a really low cost in, then you don't need to make a lot of money for it to be effective, right? Whereas a
read
movie will
fanfictions.
naturally need to produce a lot more money just to cover the cost of production.
I have no
You
clue what
lose
this.
me.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think you went off a bit.
Dice is in space right now.
I mean,
I'm down to earth.
my point was like, it doesn't matter how much money you put into something. It doesn't guarantee it's gonna be good.
Dude,
Like
Batman
that-
v Superman
oh,
was like a
the-
$2 million film or $2 billion film.
Yeah, because I mean, I think
Do you
what matters
think
most
if
for
Batman
like
v Sorry, go ahead.
think what matters most for like any creative project is passion.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's a good quote.
yeah, I think it is.
Do you
like
think
my phone
like
said, listen to your
Batman
heart,
v
bro.
Superman, when it's like if it was like just a comic strip or a book, do you think it would have gotten like the same sort of receival of like, oh yeah, this is just stupid? Why is this whole Martha thing?
It didn't because it was like insanely popular in like the 70s or whatever.
Yeah, but that was a
I don't know.
different version, right? Like it was very slightly different.
I guess so.
Like I'm talking, if you took the Superman versus Batman movie, squished it into a book, and just put that out separately, do you think it would garner the same kind of response?
Probably not.
I mean, probably because I mean, it's ultimately it's the same thing, just in a different format.
I kind of get what Dice is saying, where he's like, you're spending the money to make it animated and make it visual because it's gonna hit more eyes that way. Because like people, it's easier to go and spend $15 watching a movie than it is to buy a $40 book and read it for 25 hours or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
and so
see what he's saying now.
and it's kind of like melded with the point that I made, where it's like, if you go into the movie theater and you think Batman v Superman is dog shit, and you're like, well, okay, that sucks. There goes my $15. That's different than, you know, sitting down with the Batman v Superman book, get 9 chapters in and 6 hours of your life in, and you go, this
Man.
sucks ass. I'm not finishing this. And then you're out $60 for the hard copy. Plus, you have this book now hanging around, and
It is
Yeah.
crazy how temporally, how much more time it takes to absorb a book.
it sucks, dude.
Yeah,
It
God.
sucks because like Lid said too, like audiobooks, not even just the putting me to sleep part. You just reading it specifically with your eyes, tactilely, like makes you remember more of it. Makes it stick in your mind better.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks that like audiobooks is like the best way, but then, you know, you have to listen to fucking Morgan
Well, it's-
Freeman.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily.
It's the most efficient way.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess so.
I would disagree with best way because there have been times, not even just with audiobooks, but sometimes with like podcasts I'm listening to, right? Where I'll have to like stop what I'm doing. Like, let's say I'm playing a game and I'm listening to the podcast and I'm like, what is going on, right? Because you're not focused on the podcast necessarily. You're not usually focused on an audiobook.
Like the After
if
School
you're
Writers podcast.
taking that method, right? And so you're going to naturally absorb it differently.
Right, Dias? You're listening to our podcast, and you have to stop and think about what we're saying. Right, Dias?
The kind of podcast I listen to is even more pretentious than ours, believe it or not.
Oof. Dias, you can't say that. It's our podcast. Anyway,
I like the intro
Yeah.
you did last time, though. That was good.
which one?
I don't fucking
That was-
know. 18.
That was like 9 months ago. I don't remember that.
Fuck, it has, eh?
I think you're thinking of the intro that Lid made, because Lid is amazing.
Lid, did you make this the YouTube intro for?
Yeah, she made that.
The cards.
It's the one where like you have my name and then you have like Kasumi from Bang Dream. As,
Oh
like, a
yeah,
little
yeah, I
chibi.
made that. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Good job.
I
Lid.
was bored at work one day.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure she said she made it, quote, bored at work. So, fuck yeah. Shout out to Lid's work for producing
Only
great
because she
content.
needed something to get by.
Yeah. Thank you, work, for never monitoring me.
Kids, pay attention. This is how you get by as an adult.
Yeah.
The day they put a face cam on the monitor is the day Lid quits.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, I
like
think we hit that one pretty well.
Does anyone else have like any different takes or anything they want to say on?
Nah, I think we're Gucci.
Nah.
Yeah, Riguchi.
All
Last
right,
question, Davey.
last topic.
Last topic question. They're
Last
more like
question.
topics than they are questions because of how much we fucking never shut up.
Well, one of us anyway.
Guys,
We have to make it a podcast somehow.
Dias, I love you. Never change.
What
But learn to
advice
pronounce shit though.
would you give to any writers just starting out?
Don't write. Run for your life. Panic.
Yeah.
My advice is just to go touch grass.
If someone,
Rob, are you
when you
saying
were
that to
starting
bash
your fan fiction, if someone told you just don't bother writing, touch grass, how would you respond?
Yeah, I'd be pretty disappointed, honestly.
I mean, they're right.
Okay, but
Dude, Rob, I'm
give us a
sad.
real answer. I assume, I don't know. Do you all enjoy writing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
fun
why
to see
not?
the end
I
product.
guess.
When my mind isn't wandering, yeah.
So, if someone's like talking about starting fanfic and hey Rob, they're chatting you up, you're all eating tacos at the dinner table.
Oh wow.
Damn,
What is this?
a
huh?
racist.
They're like, hey, I've been thinking about writing something. What would you say to them?
Well, first
Dice-
off,
Dice is built different today, dude.
well, I mean,
Damn,
it
I didn't
depends on,
know we
what-
can't be casually racist on the podcast anymore.
Do I have to cut that? No, right? That's fine. Rob, you're the are you offended by this?
Not really. I am a beaner, so.
All right, Dice, you're good. Carry on, Rob.
What the fuck is a
Um,
beaner?
Okay, can you repeat the question?
Fucking someone's asking you for, telling you, hey, I'm going to start writing fan fiction. What do you say?
No, not like a
Oh.
meme, though. Not like a meme.
Not like a meme, like actually, like dead ass
Yeah.
serious. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'd say practice before you post anything. Get your grammar and your spelling right.
Oh,
And you-
dude, I can vouch for that for sure.
Good advice.
Mhm.
My first fanfic that I posted, I didn't know how the like AO3 like system worked.
Hmm.
Oh, it's a fucking mess, bro.
Oh yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
was like, it was the first thing I'd written since like grade 3, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just post it. Boop.
Is it still up?
yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And like, things sound really good in your head, but once you put them down on paper, it's not as good.
Like ideas, you mean?
Well, yeah, just try to have like a structure.
Yeah, I like that. That is good advice. I would say I would say maybe try writing short form stuff before you start trying to like burn out fucking 10K.
Bro, literally, that's what I was thinking was, okay, maybe we can reframe this question. What do you think new writers should be aiming to do? Is there anything that you think they should be trying to employ, like, pragmatically?
Oh, I guess if that's I would just say write for yourself. Like, I feel like too many new writers specifically, they get caught up in like trying to get people to say that they like their stuff.
Yeah, they try to get validation from other people.
Yeah. And that could be like personal like wants for validation built in, but like
Yeah.
more often than not I see like, oh, I'm gonna write for, I don't know, Genshin, and I don't play Genshin. And it's like, but I know Genshin is popular, so I'm gonna write for Genshin. It's like, if you don't want to write for Genshin, then you should just, or whatever popular thing, then you should just write whatever you want to write.
Yeah, I mean, like, even within Love Live, right? Like, oftentimes you see writers, they start out with, like, I think Plas talked about how initially he didn't do any ship stuff, but then he started, like, doing more ship stuff because he, like, felt it would be more popular, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, the hit count. Even though it's, like, in Love Live, it's not a high hit count in Love Live.
Oh yeah.
It is
No.
not.
But even,
It's
even the
desolate
smallest amount of power can be tempting, can't it? So,
Mm-hmm. I would say, yeah, mostly like don't lose track. Like if you just, while you're working to get better, don't get caught up in the ego of it all, I guess.
Yeah, because the rush of those hits doesn't last very long.
Oh yeah. Well, then it makes the fall, like if you, for example, like if you're just starting out, you post something, and let's say you managed to write, like, your first fanfiction you posted was banger, and it was awesome. And then the next one you post, you haven't gained that growth as a writer yet, and it bottoms and it's not as good, you're going to feel like shit. And you're going to want to try to write something more akin to your first one and try to get back to, like, it's just a never-ending cycle, so, yeah. I feel like I'm rambling now, but...
Supreme, you write pretty often. How often are you, like, monitoring, like, your most recent work? Like, hey, how many hits has this done?
Can I keep it 100 with you?
Yeah.
I write stuff, post it, and then I don't look at it for like a week. I do it so that I do it so that I don't like obsess about if it's doing good or bad. And after a week has passed, I no longer care. So I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, it kind of didn't do well. Okay, whatever.
Hmm.
Maybe that's good advice. Maybe I should do that.
That's why I'm asking. You gotta find the hard hitting questions out
Oh
there.
shit. That's why you're the host. Good shit.
Lid, do you have anything you would say? Someone comes up to you at the, I don't want to say it, but
Well,
I can only make same joke so many times.
What do they have in Florida? What do people Lid? What did you go to in
You,
Florida?
you know, you're
What
eating
if a
your
gator
roasted
asked?
alligator.
what a gator asked me. Okay.
All right, so hypothetically, there's a gator that can speak, and he
This
knocks
one's
on your
from
front door.
Florida? What the fuck? No, she's not.
Before you punch him, what fanfic advice do you give him?
I think you guys pretty much nailed it. You know, don't obsess over your work. Definitely start small, because if you start big, you're gonna be overwhelmed way too fast. You're gonna burn out very quickly. And get good at grammar. Download Grammarly. That shit will humble you. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, that is
Sponsored by
fact.
Grammarly.
Yeah. Dude, I downloaded it and I had 170 errors. And
I
granted,
think,
some of them were from Yo's name, but like that's still a lot.
They do not like the Love Live girls' names, no,
They,
especially
they
Yo's.
don't like Japanese in general.
One thing that we always run into when we're like looking at new authors is like grammar, especially if you're not like native English speaker. A lot of people like will start writing in English purely to write fan fiction, and you'll see like really weird marks in their grammar, right? So,
Yeah.
especially if you're someone whose native language isn't English, I imagine it would be huge to have like an app or a spell checker.
This isn't related to this, but the other day I was looking up fakes, and I saw someone that wrote Mari's last name O'Hara, like Irish.
The dash. Oh
Yeah, and that like, as soon as I saw that, I just left. I was like, no, you
interesting.
can't make that mistake.
No, the last straw.
Yeah,
I
grammar.
was thinking in my head, can I do an Irish Mari voice? And I cannot.
Grammar is unfortunately like very powerful in the mind, right?
It's really a make or break in fanfiction. Like if I read something in the first paragraph is like a bunch of errors, I will put it down.
But like the wrong one.
Oh God.
God,
Yeah.
do you guys remember that like meme of like, oh, where you put the comma matters? And it's like,
Oh yeah.
Uh,
No, I've seen the kerning one though. Do you know what that means? Do you know what kerning is?
no.
No.
It's the spacing between letters. So like if your letters aren't spaced properly, it can look like the word is saying something else.
Ah.
Ah, I see.
Hang on, I'm looking it up.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Perfect example right here. Literally Google images.
All right.
Instead of massage therapist, their kerning is bad.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Hey.
more along the lines of like emphasis, right? Like, there's a sentence, I never said I lied. If you change where the emphasis is, it can change the meaning of the word. And this is obviously not related to like written works at all, right? But if
Well,
you
it's
were
also
to put
funny.
emphasis on the first part, I never said I lied, there's an implication there.
It's
I never
Hmm.
said I lied. Maybe
That
it
could
was
still be in
implied, right?
fanfiction. Use
Yeah.
italicize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose it would translate.
it's
in that
kind
sort
of
way.
it's kind of how like accents work in Spanish.
Yeah. Or in French too. Same thing.
Oh, I guess it's just languages in general. If you say it like the wrong way, it can mean something completely different.
Yeah. It's why English is such a stupid fucking language in general, because we don't really have that in English, where like we have silent letters and stuff and like e's that aren't pronounced and et cetera, et cetera. But like French, yeah, if you have like Pokemon, for example,
Yeah.
the e it's actually Pokemon because the e has got an accent over the top of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like stuff like that, it makes it easier to know what you're supposed to pronounce and everything.
Oh, that says flickering. Oh my god.
Sure does. Bet you didn't realize that until now.
I was laughing. I was like, haha, that's funny. Wait, why did he post this?
Yeah, fuckering lights.
There, for the audio listeners, Supreme.
Yeah.
Supreme posted a picture of this orange box that says 10 fuckering lights. And I was
It's
like,
supposed to
haha,
say
fuckering. And then
But
I
the
was
L
like,
is
what the
too
fuck
close
does
to the
that mean?
I.
Yeah, that L and the I are like really close, so it looks like fuckering instead of flickering.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
I'll
this
definitely
is the
post this in the
spacing thing
video.
you were talking about, where it's like.
Yep.
it's
Well, I mean,
on-
I don't think that's really an issue, like spacing in like AO3. I think it does it for you anyways.
Oh yeah, no. But like, like as to Lid's point where she was saying like grammar is super important. It's like stuff like this where you would see this and you'd be like, oh well, they're clearly dumb.
Yeah,
Like I'm not
luckily-
going to the massage therapist that says massage the rapist. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to the one that's proper.
Luckily, for most of this stuff, we have machines to do the heavy lifting for us nowadays. But
Shout out
yeah,
to
I mean,
Grammarly.
like, if you were to either custom make a sign or something for your works, that's something to pay attention to, ain't it?
Or actually relevant to us, if you were writing fan fiction like by hand.
Yeah.
You know, like you want to space your stuff properly.
I mean,
so it
that's how
doesn't look
people
like-
did it 200 years ago. So
Ye old fan fictions.
The cave painting fan fictions.
I was about to say 2,000 years ago, but I didn't want to imply anything.
You guys think the Egyptians wrote fan fictions in hieroglyphs?
Absolutely.
They must have.
Yes, 100%.
I think it'd be sick. I think
Although I
Cleopatra
wonder
would
how much of the Egyptians knew how to read.
some Cleopatra real person fan fiction.
Cleopatra X Reader.
and someone one of the pharaohs finds it and they're like, and that's how people get put into slave labor.
Cleopatra, she referred to herself as a god, right? You'd basically be shipping yourself with God.
That's
Sick.
a power move, honestly.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Mm.
Oh man. I
All
mean, is that a good place to end the podcast?
I have no idea, but I'm gonna end it anyways. Thanks
I
everyone
feel like
for
that's hilarious.
listening.
I'm
How do we
interrupting
normally
your-
close this shit out?
We usually just say bye. Normally
That
you
seems-
say fuck off. Actually, from my experience editing this, you usually swear and then it ends.
I like swearing, but I feel like there should be a bell in there somewhere.
Bell.
How about we just say a slur and just bleep it out?
Oh boy.
Everybody, pick your favorite slur.
All right. I'm
Make sure
not
they're
gonna
on
do it.
I'm gonna censor that out.
the cough.
Yeah. I'm gonna censor Rob saying I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna censor
Unnecessarily
that out.
censored.
Yeah, and that's a bleep, and everyone's gonna think you swore, and then you're gonna get canceled on Twitter. Genius.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that works.
Wait, we didn't ask Fallen. Fallen, wait, what do you have any
Bruh.
advice? Oh wait, okay, hang on. I'm having a brain thought.
No,
I was
you are
thinking-
correct in that I did not ask Fallen for
Hang on,
what
hang
he
on.
would say.
Shut up, shut the hell up. I have a brain thought. So when Lid mentioned grammar and how it's hard writing, and then Dias mentioned from foreign people writing English fan fictions, I was like, oh man, Fallen. I'm pretty sure English isn't your first language.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Oh really? Singapore
I-
Yeah, it
first
is.
language or?
It's the first language for my country, at the
Oh.
very least.
Oh shit. I know a little bit. I know less about Singapore than I thought I did. Anyway, I was going somewhere with this.
Nah,
I was
I
going
was right there with you, buddy. I was like, ooh, we got an expert on the scene.
I edited Fallen's fan fictions for a while, and I remember near the beginning, I thought you didn't have English as a first language, Fallen, because you had so much like grammatical errors, and so I was wondering like,
Oh
would
my
you-
god.
well, no, it's not. I'm not trying to call him out or anything. I'm just saying like, you might have an interesting perspective on like people writing out and like learning how to specifically like do grammar stuff and like maybe you would have a specific version of advice that you'd give based on your experiences.
I would say just follow your passion, I guess. Can start. I mean, just start from wherever you want to start and then get feedback and just improve on it. I mean, it's not gonna take like 1 month to get well. It's probably gonna take like 10 years to get well, I guess. But you know,
Yeah,
It's
Rome wasn't
funny
built in a
writing.
day.
yeah,
So
yeah.
So-
I know my grammar sucks ass, but I don't give a shit. Okay, yes.
As long as
fine
you're
with it.
having
Fallen's
fun
following
there.
is hard.
Yeah.
That's a
So collectively, as far as the advice of this podcast, it's Don't take on too big of a project. Don't get attached to hits. Don't read your works after you posted them, and follow your heart.
Oh, and Grammarly
And
Download
download
Grammarly for free now.
for free now. Sign
Not
up for
sponsored.
free.
I think
Install.
Grammarly is horrible, man. It's not good. They just tell you the errors and they don't give a fucking shit to tell you how to edit it. They're just like, okay, this is the error. Go find yourself how to fucking fix it, you cunt.
No,
it's
it's
a
not true.
creative
If you
work.
want-
They
if you
can't
want-
suggest
If
how
you
to
want me to
fix
fix
it.
it for you, if you want me, the Grammarly is like, if you want me to fix it for you, pay me $14.98 right the fuck now, and then I'll teach you.
Holy
That's
shit. Fallen Wind
Legit.
Call of
Legit.
Duty Modern Warfare 2 on him.
Yeah, he kind of had the funny mic for a moment.
That's sick. I
Alright,
still need to buy.
good place to
Holland,
end off. Bye.
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 Insert slur here.